But we have to get to one of the. This is a gold medal topic we have to talk about. It blew up the internet. GQ named Colin Kaepernick Citizen of the Year. And it's to me pretty normal, but the internet, and especially the white internet, blew up. All these rednecks going crazy, talking about, oh my god, J.J. Watt donated this much millions of dollars. And it's like, first of all, Colin Kaepernick donated his actual money and his actual salary to the cause. What J.J. Watt did was great, but it wasn't his money. You know, it wasn't like he took $37 million out of his pocket. Colin Kaepernick's been taking money out of his pocket. Colin Kaepernick lost a job. And after the quarterback play we have seen, it is fact that he has been colluded against, blackballed. You would look foolish to argue otherwise with all these terrible quarterbacks they're signing. We just talked about Nathan Peterman. Colin Kaepernick should be in that discussion, but Nathan Peterman is in that discussion. You know, and that's part of what we've been talking about, and that's part of why his stand means so much. But what did you think about, first off, GQ naming him Citizen of the Year, and then the backlash by the white people? What did you think?
Honestly, let me go to the backlash first, because people get very worked up about backlash from detractors of the Colin Kaepernick movement. And here's my thing: when Martin Luther King was in the middle of the civil rights movement, there was a lot of people didn't like Martin Luther King. When Malcolm X was doing his thing, a lot of people didn't like Malcolm X. When the civil rights movement in general was going on, people hated it. Like, it wasn't something that was embraced by everybody. So I think when we look back at history, I think people will love to say I was in support of Colin Kaepernick, even though they weren't. I don't think we've gotten to that point in history yet. But I know that time will come when we look back on history and say, like, this was a big moment, not only in sports, but in United States history. So I'm not really worried about people who don't like it or whatever, because those people have always had a place in history as the ones who were the reason that a person like Colin Kaepernick was needed in the first place. So yeah, that's what I think about that. As far as what I think of him being named Citizen of the Year, I think it's dope. I think if you look at people saying Colin Kaepernick is bad for business, they can't keep one of these GQs on the shelves. They're flying, selling like hotcakes. And it's been really good for not only him, but for GQ. The cover looks dope too, so.
Yeah, I find it ironic that you said, that people are saying that he's bad for business when before he left the NFL, he was the number 2 jersey selling, and then this covers, selling off the shelf. People can't stop talking about him when ratings go up when they talk about him. But yeah, he's bad for business. That is interesting. I also, I love the historical perspective you gave. I'm going to give you one more example. Muhammad Ali was just, everyone was so angry at him at the time. And then history just painted a rosier and rosier picture of him. Pretty much what I predict for Barack Obama, all the outrage at him will be seen as ridiculous, and he'll be seen as a mostly very good president. And, with Colin Kaepernick, they'll pretty much see, all this BS surrounding him and all this confusion. People saying, he didn't vote or he didn't do that. What does that have to do anything with the fact that him kneeling was his sign of him trying to be respectful, and it got turned into disrespect? Like, I don't get all that, but yeah, one of my favorite pictures though is you see Colin Kaepernick standing amongst all these young kids, right? And then if you see that picture and then you juxtapose it, there's a very similar picture of Muhammad Ali at the same time in his movement when he was not really considered, popular at the time, but I think you look at both of them, Muhammad Ali, Colin Kaepernick, history will show that they were right and moving forward. And in the end, the people who are causing the backlash, you're the reason why he's so historically significant. In the end, if you didn't create the backlash, he would have been signed, and he probably would have just been, one of the top 15 to 20 quarterbacks. He probably would have been like, top half of the quarterbacks, but he wouldn't have been like game changing. But he would have just been one of the quarterbacks, and then it would have been a non-story. But Colin Kaepernick really is going to win this historically because he got blown up to be so much bigger than he is. The legend of Colin Kaepernick. He is a shadow over the NFL right now, and he's blocking the sunlight for them. And people are saying, "Oh, you're not getting ratings because of Colin Kaepernick." And I think it's the opposite. I think the way they treated Colin Kaepernick, people are a little sick of it, and the hypocrisy. But you got any final words on this?
I think we're good.